Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? I know y'all like playing theme decks, so we're going to take a look at a Clerics deck today. Because we did it in a previous season and it worked, but there weren't a ton of things to add from the new set. But there might still be just enough to make it playable. So let's go take a look and see what cards we're playing with today. As always, be sure to check out the sponsor, ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% at checkout, and you'll be supporting the channel directly. Also, if you're going to be down at the Orlando Command Fest, I'm going to be there. You should come by. Come have a drink, take some pictures, get some stuff signed, whatever. Just come say hello so I know who you are when you watch my stuff. Anyway, let's hop into today's deck list. We're going to be starting with, well, a Cleric with Lunarch Veteran. This card's actually really good. It's going to allow us to gain life, which keeps us ahead on the mono red decks, even against other aggro decks, but also can help with some other stuff where we have life gain triggers. We're also going to be adding Skrelv from the new set, because Skrelv's actually pretty sweet, but being able to protect your creatures is a big deal here, because we only really need them to stick an extra turn or two a lot of the times. We are also going to be playing Voice of the Blessed, because remember how we mentioned that life gain trigger? Well, this is one that definitely wants you to be gaining life. And this card, actually, once it starts flying, becomes a real problem for the opponent. And again, if we can protect it, all the better. On top of that, we're going to be playing Ellis Il-Kor. This is another way that we can gain life, which is really good, but has the added benefit that when a creature dies, we also get to cost the opponent life. And that's pretty big if you can get the opponent low enough, because then anything that dies in combat could be a finisher. One of the other new cards we're looking at is Annex Sentry, because randomly, I don't know if people are aware, but this happens to be a Cleric. Now, it does let us only remove things that cost 3 or less, but it lets us hit creatures or artifacts, which is actually a pretty big deal, because sometimes there are some little nitpicky things we want to be able to get rid of. And of course, we're going to be playing Anointed Peacekeeper. This is a card I like anyway in white-based aggro decks, but here even better because it happens to be a Cleric and it can slow down very problematic cards. One of the other reasonable cards we want to play that's older is actually Inspiring Overseer. Now, it does cost 3 mana for a 2/1, but it does fly, it gains life, and it gets us a card. Those things are all very important for those 3 mana, and we're going to be leaning on this quite a bit because it's one of the only other flyers that we have. But the big flyer we're going to be capping things off with is Lisa, Forgotten Archangel, because this card is super awesome. And then your creatures die, they come back into your hand, and also just happens to be a big 4/5 lifelinker, which can help in games all by itself. And we're going to be playing Toxrill. Yeah, Toxrill. I know, it's not a Cleric, but it's really good at getting rid of the board. However, this is all because of a very particular card we want to play in Shadowrite Priest. Now, the reason I bring that up is Shadowrite Priest does pump all of our other Clerics, which is great, but you can spend 5 mana, sacrifice another Cleric, and then you can go search for a black creature. That happens to be Toxrill and Lisa, the 2 cards that we're actually playing on our top end. So if you go search for those, you can just go get a game ender effectively, and that's actually pretty powerful, so hopefully that comes up a couple of times. Otherwise, these are kind of the big cards we're going to be playing today, so let's go hop in and see if we can actually get some games on the standard ladder. And like always, the deck list is going to be at the end of the video. Okay, I guess we keep this. I mean, we have a Skrelv, we got an Alice. Seems good enough. No need to go crazy here. Skrelv, you ain't gonna make it, are you? We kind of really want Skrelv to live here, if this is mono red, because Ellis could be huge. Okay, we don't get to block this, obviously, because we can't block, but we wouldn't block anyway. Alright, put this down, call Cleric. Play this. Pass the turn. Alright. We do have to take 2 damage to do this, which is not the best, but it's a start. Alright. I mean, they obviously know we're not blocking here, so that's not a real thing. I mean, at least right now, we know Peacekeeper can block a Ronin if it comes up. So that's not bad. We can also get a life off the Overseer. Oh, interesting. Okay. So just 3 damage straight up. We go to 15. That actually turned out okay, all things considered. I'm kind of alright with that. Alright, let's play this. Oh boy, what are we looking at here? There's a Squee? Alright. I mean, we don't care about Squee that much with our board being what it is. But... maybe we just call Squee anyway? I'm just kind of looking at the other stuff. Like, do we want to block or not? Because they could play Ronin plus this. I guess we go ahead and just call Squee. Sure. We'll get a life back. We pass. I don't. Oh, I should have attacked there. Dang it, with Ellis. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was in my head just thinking about Skrelv not attacking. But yeah, we're not even really worried about the little damage we take from this guy. Swift Spear, sure, it is what it is. Alright, you got it. Sounds good. Yeah, not sure what else they're going to do here. Unless they're just going to shoot Skrelv. I mean, which I probably would at some point if I were them. But yeah, I'm just going to take it here. Yep. Seems fine. Alright, we go to 9. I think we're mostly okay at this point. Oh, that actually might help a lot. So we're going to get 2 life off of this. Ooh, that's huge. If we can get another land, that changes things big time. Alright, I'm going to attack with this and this, because I'm willing to block with the Overseer, so that's whatever. End the turn. Honestly, I'm even kind of willing to block with the Peacekeeper here. Especially since if we really want to, we can just play Veteran and Infernal Grasp, and that's fine. So we have options here. Even if they decide to play Commando, we could use the... Oh, what is this thing? Blazing Crescendo gives +3/+1. Alright, cool. Exile top card of your library, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And the opponent wants to do what here? There's the Commando that we knew was coming. Sure, we go to 9 or 10, I guess. What else you got for us? Reinforce Ronin, which doesn't really do anything. Why do we want this in the yard? I feel like there's a piece of context I'm missing here. But I'm going to block like this and like this. Alright, not sure. I guess there was nothing. I overthought that. I thought there was something I was missing. We'll play this. And now I'm just debating if I want to leave mana up to kill Squee with this, because I'm pretty sure they're going to Squee, use that. We could kill Squee. I think that's what I want to do. Opponent's hand's pretty low here. Let's just go ahead and attack. Attack, because I don't think I'm blocking with Ellis here. I don't think there's any way we take more than probably like 6 damage next turn tops. So sure. And honestly, once they play Squee, we don't even care about putting the Peacekeeper at risk anymore. Though they could get Squee back. So that is a real thing. Alright, kill that. I mean, we take 2. But they're doing nothing else for the turn. I feel like I played this a little too safe, but we've now reached... Oh, and now if we get a land, it's going to be huge. Now reaching the point that I'm not sure it matters too much. Nope. And now we can kill that whenever we're ready. So sure. Attack, attack. Yeah, I think the opponents... We're at 12, and they're low on cards. We're pretty safe here now. Like, even if they get a Squee, we block it. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to be gaining multiple life per turn every time we play a creature. So, I think we did everything we need to do here. And awkwardly, because they never targeted a creature and never went after Skrelv. Skrelv did not draw any burn, and nor did we have to use Skrelv to protect anything. Alright, and I guess damage just going to hit here. No blocks. They go to 4. That resolves. Makes it 2/2. Yep, looks like they've got nothing here. So we'll take our turn. Yeah, that's just insult to injury, I suppose. And that's it. We'll take it. Oh, boy. Alright, we're going to keep. I'm going to apologize if y'all are hearing yard work that starts happening during... There's somebody with like a weed eater or something outside my house. Alright. I thought Skrelv might take a bullet there, because we don't have anything to cast on 2, and I was really hoping removal might go toward them. Alright, this is neat, but definitely not gonna... Well, might live now because they didn't kill Skrelv, so maybe. We're gonna have to work a bit here to stay alive, I think. Skrelv's gonna take a 3 damage spell? Nope, just a Phoenix Chick. I was hoping for more there. Sure, because we can. We got nothing else to spend mana on. Yeah, exactly. We still die if we block, so it's like... I was like, maybe they won't attack. I don't know. Alright, we get a life back here. Opponent has a Raiju and a Lightning Strike. I think what I'm going to do here is actually call Raiju. Mostly because the opponent will use a Lightning Strike on our Peacekeeper. And then we'll just call Raiju with our other Peacekeeper. Which I'm assuming is how this is going to go down. Because you get it out the way, allows you to get more damage in. Then you technically free up space for a Raiju, but they don't know we have another Peacekeeper, obviously. Yep. Alright, that's the best we could hope for there, I think. Take 3, go to 14. We know we're getting 1 life back next turn. Oh. Lands, please. Black lands would be so big. Gonna call Raiju again. Though, Rakdos Firebrand could be annoying. Might as well attack, because I'm not blocking with it. At least not realistically. Alright, come on. If we can get a black land, this is a big turn. Huge turn, even, honestly. Alright. I was going to say, if they attack with Swift Spear here, is that like a good bluff and I have to not block? It's pretty funny if they do, though. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Alright. You would be able to make Peacekeeper not block, possibly, next turn. I guess I'm just going to do this. And then we take some amount of damage this turn. But possibly gain more the following turn. I don't know how this is going to look. But we definitely need black mana along the way. This is not good. This is a real problem. Yep, you can pump that in, make something, not block, and this is going to hurt. That's exactly how that works. Yep. I bet Peacekeeper can't block here. 5, 6, 7. We're going to go to 8. I think we're okay with that. No blocks. Oh. That's a thing. I think we still do this first. And we just call Raiju again. Just keep that thing at bay. Attack with this. Maybe one of these. They could decide to attack with a land. That's fine, sure. I mean, not that they would kill us next turn, but you don't want to get too low to where like a burn spell just kills us either. Alright, Firebrand means we do get to block here, so that's nice. Unless they got a Lightning Strike. Oh, play with fire. Okay, we go to 8. That actually doesn't bother us too much. We'll end up going to 7. And then we can play a Voice of the Bless. And again, if we get a black land, we could play Ellis and Voice of the Bless, and then we probably start putting the game away. Opponent's looking for land, I guess, but that's not going to unlock the Raiju by itself. Yeah, they're playing with their hand face up here. We have all the information we need. Oh my god. Okay, you know what, though? You know what? At least that's a thing we can cast. Like alongside the Voice of the Blessed and get a lot of life back this turn. And that's going to allow the Voice of the Blessed to be real big. real fast and be able to block Phoenix Chick, and I think we're good. Obviously, no more attacking with our Peacekeepers. Man, I didn't realize we've been stuck at 3 mana for quite a bit. But now we don't greatly care even that there's a Raiju. No attacks. Not worth trading anything there. Raiju's still on lockdown. Yeah, I think we're solid now. Yeah, that just makes Peacekeeper not block. That doesn't do anything. I mean, unless they just want to get in with a bunch of stuff here. Nope. Hey, look. Opponent's probably going to freak out and be like, there's black mana in that deck? Oh, there absolutely is. Yep, now our life total's huge. Next, we will attack with just this. We can't make enough to kill them, so just 8. And then end the turn. Yeah, being at 13, we're solid now, even if they were able to play a Raiju. Yep, that doesn't do anything. Fortunately, they cannot block. I mean, I guess they could just... Yeah, even if they just all out attacked, we just block and it doesn't do anything. We drain them for a bunch with Ellis. Yep. That's cute, but unneeded, I guess. If we just want to use it. Alright. Lots of life triggers. We'll get rid of one of the firebrands, I guess. Alright, we have the firebrand and gain a bunch of life. Didn't get to the 10 counters, unfortunately, on our Deuter, but it's not necessary. It's just overkill. Alright, just get in there for 11 and that'll do it. Alright, I guess that's it. Yeah. Easy enough. Okay, this looks like a pretty strong start. Let's keep it. Drew Missionary for the first time. That'd be nice. Drew our legendary lands as our only lands early, but that's a little unfortunate. But it is what it is. We can make it work. Alright, we got a removal card, but that's not really our concern right now. As much as just finding lands. Especially in this fight, Peacekeeper could be pretty good. Hey, there we go. And it looks like we're going to resolve the Peacekeeper here. Oh, so we just call Corpse Appraiser. That's all we're doing here. We have an answer for Shieldred. Alright, well, here we go. I mean, we know the opponent's whole hand, so we're not really afraid of anything here. They're obviously going to go land Shieldred, and we're just going to hope they don't have another one. Though if we do find a land, I might kill Shieldred and play this. Now, look, Arena. Why would you do it? I'm okay risking taking damage, Arena. Not that it matters. Our hand's going to be fine either way. I guess it doesn't matter. Actually, I think Arena was actually right that time. It didn't matter. Actually, that was exactly lethal. I wasn't even paying attention. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, that's a weird way to beat Grixis. They just kept a hand that was Corpse Appraisers and Shieldred. This is why when I tell people, when you watch videos, don't look at just wins and losses, right? Look at how the wins happen and how the losses happen. Or even the matchups, or how the opponents played, or the different draws. Like, look at the context of those wins and losses. And I feel like I mention this like once a month, but the reality is, you're going to get to the end of this video and you're going to be like, this deck beats so many things. But then there's a game like this where, like, yeah, we won, but, right? Like, they didn't get any cut downs, they didn't get any go for the throats, whatever, right? They really didn't cast anything but a Shieldred. we locked out 2 of their creatures, and that was it. Like, now, does that count for something? Yeah, on some level. But if that happens 2 or 3 times during somebody's video, well, those wins probably aren't going to happen for you that way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying just discredit every win and discredit every loss, but I think we have to have some level of understanding of what those wins and losses look like. Because this was a very definitive win, it looks like. But at the same time, the opponent just didn't do anything. You know? So I tell people to just keep that in mind. You know, even if I sit through a game and I make a bunch of, and honestly, if I make a bunch of mistakes and win, then that might mean the deck's even better because it won despite my mistakes or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's context. That's all I'm saying. Oh, what do we do with this? I guess we keep it. These are the types of hands though that I do fear this deck can get periodically, where you're just not really moving forward doing anything, and that's a little tough. Oh, there's a Skrelv. That's kind of nice. Oh boy, I guess we just play this. We know it's not going to survive, right? Or very low chance, but we still gotta try it. Okay, you know what, that was okay. Easy win, we'll take it. Okay, so like I was just talking about, this is another one where it's going to be a win. Like, most of the time, and I'm only including this to make a point, because most of the time, I don't even include these types of games. Like, I just edit these games out because they're just one-sided. There's nothing you learn from it, right? Your opponent played their spell and then conceded, right? There's no entertainment value for you. There's no context to the game. Literally, I was just going to play Infernal Grass. I was going to kill their Iconoclast attack, and now the opponent's just behind the rest of the game, right? It's not fun for you to watch or whatever. But these things happen, right? This is part of playing Magic. But if I do include a game like this, which, you know, some creators do, to bump up, like, win count or whatever. But this is another one where the game was won, but again, opponent got a bad draw or whatever the situation. I don't know, maybe they had pizza delivery and they had to go get the door or whatever. You know, no, they could concede for any reason. But that's really a non-game. So if I include this, and this is why I don't include stats on my games, because sitting here and telling you like, oh, I went whatever I end up, I don't know, maybe 12-4 or something. It's like, well, yeah, but a couple of them were games like this. Like, does that really mean anything? Not really. I mean, we still ranked up on the ladder with it or whatever, but it doesn't mean anything. So, I don't know. It's just this type of stuff that I just want to warn people about. Like, when you're reading into stuff or whatever, look at context, look at what is presented to you. Don't just care about wins and loss numbers, because they're very misleading, and they can be misleading for a lot of different reasons. I'm going to keep, but this feels like it might be a tough one. Oh, it's definitely going to be a tough one. Skrelv, will you help? I don't know, but I'm really hoping you do. I mean, I guess there's a world where we could get Voice of the Blessed, maybe big enough to fight some things. Go for the Throat can kill, well, Valiant Veteran, as an example. Problem is, I just don't know if we can afford to kill Valiant Veteran here. Oh, actually, we can't yet. Well, we could. We could play Takenuma here, I guess. This is tough. Because I guess we played 2-mana thing. Ooh, boy. Alright, I guess here's what we're going to do. Oh, I can't play that. Let's play this. I was thinking maybe play Ellis and then whatever, but maybe I should have played Ellis first and then play Voice of the Blessed. I mean, we're probably playing Inspired Overseer anyway next turn, unless I get like a the 1-mana Cleric. Well, I gotta kill that. That's a no-brainer. I guess non-negotiable. Sky Strike Officer is super problematic. No blocks. Our turn. We did not get what we were looking for. However, that is a decent setup for next turn. So let's go ahead and kill this. So we know we can protect Voice of the Blessed here. So then we can play Ellis plus a voice. Yeah, our stuff's all creatures from here out, so we're not worried about that part. Take 3 again. Which is okay. Yep. Taking the 3. Take our turn. We're still at enough life to not freak out yet here. So we go Ellis into this. Alright, then we pass. And then we know we can play Overseer and get 2 life next turn. Which makes the voices 5s. Maybe draw a creature we could play. Only thing real questionable is if they play another veteran here. Because then not blocking is detrimental. Yeah, they're going to attack, and we're still going to be forced to make a tough decision here. I think, though, we just go to 6. Because the only thing that makes sense. And just hope they don't have something crazy here. We may even have to go to 4 to protect a creature if it's like a Brutal Cathar or something. But, I mean, if we do, we do. I mean, you know, cost of doing business, as we say around here. Alright. So now we have to assume there is some type of counter. Or they're going to flash some creatures in. And we have to kind of discern which it is. Man, because if it is, next turn we just can't afford to block. That's just not a thing. Oh, this is tough. Well, if it's a counter, we lose, right? I mean, I guess we don't lose. We have to block is kind of all that means. Here's the thing, though. If it's not... Oh. Alright, I'm going to pass and gamble. No attacks. In the turn. Okay, so they're flashing creatures in. Cool. That's what we wanted to see. So I chose poorly. We could have got away with an Inspired Overseer there, but that's fine. Could have been worse. They might also be thinking about playing the flyer here. Or Harbin, I think. Which that could have been a disaster. Exactly. See, now they would have been able to attack with their 5 attackers there, and we would have been toast. So that's big. That's huge, honestly. Now, could we have kept it and killed Harbin? Sure, but we didn't know that was a real option at the time. Alright, so does this get countered? The answer might still be yes. Fortunately, we found another cheap creature we could play. Not just a cheap creature, the cheap creature. Because then now we can go get Toxtrol. If this lives. There's a lot of ifs here. Please don't have make disappear. Please don't have make disappear. Okay, that's good. So now we at least get Flying Voice of the Blesses. And we gain some much needed life here. Alright. We will attempt to attack. Because we have to do something. And now with us being at 9, even if they pump all their dudes and get an extra +1, we can block 1, 2, 3 of them, take 2, 6, and still be fine, I think. Opponent's going to give it indestructible. Alright, that's fine. Save a creature, sure. That's reasonable. In the turn. Alright, so they can play Harbin, attack with everything. But that would not kill us. We can effectively still block and live here. We just block the Zephyr Sentinel, probably block Thalia, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the life we gained was very critical here. And then if for some reason they produce another blocker to where we can't kill them, then we'll use... Okay, that's not going to kill us. Yeah, we just use this. Hold on. Targeting that one. Okay. Pay the 2 life. Protection from white. Yeah, so now I think we're just going to use Toxtrol, get rid of the Overseer, and that's going to take out 1, 2, 3, 4 of their things, and that should do it. Oh, they're looking at Skrells now like, wait, that does what? Oh, I think the opponent may have forgot. Like, they may have been waiting on the Brutal Cathar, seeing if we were going to tap out, but not realizing we could pay life for it. As much as I would like Lunarch Veteran, I don't think we care about that here. Let's go ahead and... we can do that whenever, right? So let's just attack with these 2. Opponent obviously is going to block with one of them. Or block one of them. And then we're going to use this. Scrap this. Drain the opponent for 1. Go get Toxtrol. Go to town. End the turn. Wipe out some things. Lots of big things. Yep, that'll do it. I mean, we're going to keep it. I just don't know what I'm doing with it. Okay, we're at least going to play Plains while we figure something out. Oh, this is the Infect deck. Without getting like the exact right removal, I don't think we beat the Infect deck, to be honest. Like, I mean, maybe it's possible, but I'm trying to figure out what that would even look like to make it a thing. Like, if they attack here, I'm assuming they have Tyvar stand. Okay. That's fine. They didn't have it. Alright, let's do this so we at least have a 3-3. No attack. I mean, maybe some world where we can come over with flyers? I mean, is that legit? I mean, maybe? I mean, I guess if it goes long enough, we can we can keep hitting I don't know, maybe we keep hitting lands and play Toxtrol? Like, that could be a thing? Alright, so now the opponent's just trying to set up a go wide scenario, so we want to not do that, obviously. Okay, we play Lunarch Veteran. We play Voice. And then we start setting up flyers. Okay. I guess that's what we're going to do. No attacks. Alright, bonus going to 15. Next turn, we can come over the top here. Alright, they're going to get rid of one of our Voice of the Blessed, I'm assuming. Fair enough. Still have solid blocks here, so we're okay. No panic yet. No panic. We might find a removal card. Get rid of the... well, they probably have a protection spell, but I don't know. You never know. I'm going to go ahead and play this. No value. Now if we just get a land, we get to play Toxtrol and wreck their board. This is going to be awesome if it happens. We could also just search, but searching would only get us... well, they're only at 8. So, I mean, I guess maybe we just search and try to end the game. Because we could just get rid of this. Oh, well, now the opponent's just on gotta attack to not die type scenario here. We'll block there. We'll block here and trade. We'll block here. Actually, could block there and get that back. That's all right. Oh, opponent's already saying GG. All right, cool. We got it. That feels like a lucky one. All right, guess we're keeping. See how this goes. I don't have the highest of hopes, but we'll see. Oh boy, what dies first here? I mean, I guess whatever we play is going to die. So, you know what? I'm just going to pass here. I'm going to wait until... We're going to go ahead and play Overseer next turn, and then see if we can play 2 creatures the following turn, and see if that matters. We also get to destroy that. That's kind of an interesting bonus. Though, I'll probably be sad I can't kill Shieldred next turn, but it's whatever. Alright. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. You know what? I think I'm going to block this dude, because why not? I'll probably regret that when they play like Shieldred's Edict and I lose my Peacekeeper, but yeah, whatever. Whatever. There wasn't a Shieldred though there, so that's kind of nice. Good to know. Okay, what do I want to go with here? I guess we go here and here. And then we'll go these 2 next turn. And we'll see how that works out. Because I'm assuming they're still going to try to kill Voice of the Bless. Edict. Yeah, alright. We lose this. Drain the opponent for 1. That'll still leave us with an LSL core, so that's fine. Alright. Lose a thing. Get drained. No block. Go to 17. What else you got for us? Nothing, as it turns out. Love it. Let's go with this. And to this, which I'm sure we're going to be looking at Invoke Despairs. No! Not Invoke Despair at all. So there's Liliana. Shakedown Heavies. Alright, how do we feel about all this? Well, they can cast it all anyway. So I guess is Liliana like the most annoying thing? The others we don't care about too much. Alright. Interesting scenario there. No attacks. Now, if we can get another creature alongside Skrelv, we can start attacking with Voice of the Blessed. That'd be kind of nice. Liliana was also the only removal thing they had in hand, and they'd have to crack their treasure to be able to play it, so sure. We did not find anything else to go with these, which is very disappointing. So, yeah, we're just gonna no attacks. That sucks. Needed some help there on that turn really badly. That hurts inside. Alright. You got to use a Liliana's.
Nobody knows Dominaria.
And Liliana did not even use the discard option. Okay, we'll make this not blockable. Actually, crap. I probably should have done Anointed Peacekeeper, because I would have still been able to have Vigilance. Because Liliana's still only at 3. Gosh dang it. Oh well, I've already committed to it. That sucks. So now we're going to have to take unnecessary damage on an attack here. Ah, that sucks. That hurts a lot. That was a dumb mistake. That was totally avoidable too. Like, if we're going to make our team vulnerable by having Skrelv tapped, like, I should have at least kept them from attacking here. Yeah, that feels real bad. Yeah, we just got to take it now. Having that 5/5 back would have been huge here. Decline. No blocks. We'll just take it. I mean, if we die, we die. That's just playing too quick and making a dumb mistake. Alright. Alright. Got a big Voice of the Blessed finally. Okay, what do we do here? If they were to attack, or actually were to block, we would lose Anointed Peacekeeper, but they would lose both of those. And we actually don't care if they lose both of those. So I'm kind of alright with that. We're at 11 here. We kind of want the Shadowrite Priest to live here. It's actually pretty big. Okay, opponent double blocked. We're actually kind of okay with that. I will have to give up Ellis to be able to get what we want here. But we're probably just going to go straight to Toxtrol, I believe. Is the game plan. But we shall see. They could also just have removal for Toxtrol too, so it's not like that's instantly the answer. Yeah, we actually don't have a choice but to sack Skrelv here, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and use Skrelv to protect the Voice of the Blessed. Call black, and then we'll sacrifice Skrelv. Opponent goes to 12. Alright. That's kind of the best we could do under the circumstances. Actually, if the opponent attacks, we actually have to block here. Because we would die to the Trespasser plus Shakedown Heavy. I guess we could make him untap the Shakedown Heavy, but yeah, it's pretty tough. Okay. Sack Ellis. Play Skrelv. Actually, we'll play Skrelv first, so we get another bonus on the Voice of the Blessed. Sight gets us a life. And we have to sacrifice another Cleric, right? Yeah, so it's kind of like the only thing we can do other than if we were to get Liza, does that actually keep us alive? We're at 8. Just trying to think how this works out if we do that. Versus getting Toxtrol, who doesn't really kill anything, just shrinks the opponent's stuff for the time being. But either way, we're going to sacrifice this, so let's just do it. Toxtrol Liza, Toxtrol Liza, Toxtrol Liza. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I'm going to go Liza because it flies. Like, I changed my mind at the last minute. I don't know if it's correct. Tough decisions had to be made. Alright. But we do have 2 4-power flyers in this situation. Only benefit was it would have killed off the reflector. Well, it wouldn't even kill the reflection till our turn. So they need 2 removal cards here. Because we can sacrifice Skrelv, so that doesn't matter. Alright, we got there. I guess it was the right decision. Yeah, so this ended up being pretty interesting because I thought we were going to need a little more a few more ways to pump our team, but ended up not being as big of a deal. So I'm wondering if we even still need In the Trenches, and maybe we should just be playing for Ellis. There were a couple of times maybe I would have wanted another Destroy Evil. However, I think if we were to change the Destroy Evil into whatever the other one is that can destroy 4 or greater and give your creature protection, or indestructible, I guess, still in the turn, I think that one could be just as well. This thing, Valor Stance, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, if we wanted to play that, I think is reasonable because we're often just trying to like hold on to either an Ellis or a Voice of the Blessed or something. And between those and Skrelv, you're probably okay. Because I think I only used Destroy Evil to kill a Fable one time. Though there are some decks still playing like the white enchantments that exile things. But yeah, this is the list overall that we're going to go with. So we got 4 Lunarch Veteran, 3 Skrelv, 1 Destroy Evil, which could be a Valor Stance, 2 Phyrexian Missionary, which I also think these could just be something else. Again, we could split these between an Ellis and a Valor Stance, or maybe an Ellis and an Annex Sentry. But yeah, I don't think these are totally necessary. I think these could be something else. It's weird because they seem pretty good, but really didn't matter all that much. Or if we wanted to cut one, maybe let's just do that now in the final list. Let's do... Maybe even Valor Stance isn't even the right answer. Maybe we want something else to just give stuff. Oh, I guess it helps if I spell the word right. Alright, we go with a couple of these. We cut the Destroy Evils. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so we got 1 Phyrexian Missionary, 2 Valor Stance, Voice of the Blessed for 4, 2 Go for the Throat, 2 Infernal Grasp, 4 Shadow Right Priest, 3 Ellis Ilkor, 2 Annex Sentry, 4 Anointed Peacekeeper, 3 Overseer, 1 In the Trenches, 1 Liza, 1 Toxtrol, 1 Iganjo, 9 Plains, a Swamp, Takenuma, 4 Caves, 4 Shattered Sanctum, 4 Secluded Courtyard. But again, I think we could cut the In the Trenches and maybe play another Ellis or another Annex Sentry. I think there's room to move around cards in this list, but overall, this is what we got. So yeah, I guess overall this one really surprised me. As I was pointing out throughout the video, I do think I got lucky a couple of times, so take that for what it is. But it does actually hold up against a lot of other creature decks, which is pretty interesting. And even some of the other non-creature decks, or at least the mid-rangey things. I would say kind of expect you're going to struggle with decks that just are playing piles of sweepers. I think I played against one. I don't even know if it's going to make the cut in the video or not, because it's just pretty much a boring game where opponents just playing board sweepers every other turn. So, it's whatever. This type of deck we know struggles against something like that. But that's where something like the Valor Stances could actually come in handy and do a little extra work for you. But yeah, it's weird. I didn't think this was going to perform as well as it did, so, take that with a grain of salt. The good news about this type of deck, though, is it's only adding in a couple of new cards. Most of the cards were already from previous sets, so if you played Clerics from before, it's actually somewhat still playable now, which I wasn't expecting at all. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Edgewalker. This is a little known card from, I believe, Legions, but it actually is pretty good in the sense that it fits well for commander type decks that want to play clerics. It does reduce the cost of all your clerics by a white and a black, though minimum 1 mana you still have to pay. But this actually can make some very expensive clerics that tend to cost 4, 5, or 6 with some big abilities that you wouldn't necessarily play much more viable. The card's actually really kind of cool, and if you want to add one to your deck, they're actually very cheap. I'm pretty sure you won't have to pay more than $3 to get your hands on one of these, which is always nice when you're looking for affordable additions to your commander decks. If you enjoyed today's deck list playing something on theme, check out this dragon deck we played that was actually pretty impressive. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.